here we go. This is an experiment in vulnerability because I'm doing tech stuff by myself without anybody to help me. That's a start. But I wanted to share with some people what I'm going through. Well, it started at this body class I did in the Netherlands in November. And I looked around the room and it was just such a wonderful group of people. I mean, sweet, caring, sincere, really wanting to do more for themselves and for the world and to contribute. I mean, it was really a lovely, lovely, lovely class created by my host there, Lisbeth Baas, which thank you very much, Lisbeth. And I remember looking around that room and I got a sense of the bodies that were in their room. And in the background, you could hear my husband going off on his motorbike. I got a sense of the bodies in the room, and a lot of the bodies in the room were heavier, were larger than they might have liked to be. And I just felt this sense like you would feel with a little child, like, oh, sweetheart, you don't have to do that to yourself. How easy could we make it to change that? And so I really wanted to create a class exploring that more, to see what we could change for people, to invite the wonderful beings that were inside to come out and play and maybe change the excess body weight, maybe not. You can never promise that because the body isn't linear. It doesn't, you know, how many if that's an issue for you, how many diets have you tried? You know, I've been doing access for 19 years now, and I eat about half of what I used to eat, and I still weigh exactly the same. So it certainly isn't linear. But I just really had so much caring for these people that I just wanted to create this class to invite them to join. And the class is called Embracing Your Body, and it starts on Wednesday. But this isn't a pitch for the class, although I'd love to have you join me. It's really sharing what I've come to. And of course, it's a 6-session class, 90 minutes each. So that's a lot of time. So I've been doing some preparation for that. I've been rereading Right Body for You. I've been listening to some old calls. And the thing that's really amazing is that I'm really doing the class in advance before I do it with those of you who choose to join me. And it's quite wonderful. You know, we always say in Access, you gets it if you gets it. And, you know, that's true. I can tell you that's absolutely true. And so listening to some things that were, quote, old by the calendar, they weren't really old at all. I got such a deeper, greater understanding of what they are. And in the process of that, I said, I'm doing the class before you guys so I can present it to you guys. But I really have come to a deeper level of being willing to look at how I'm actually creating my own body and what is the stuff that I've always wanted to work around, and what is the stuff that I've always been like, okay, we can look at this and this and this, but don't go there, don't look at that. All of those things, surprisingly enough, as I run these processes and listen to calls and read and reflect, except that's sort of like thinking as I perceive what's going on that I haven't been willing to receive before. This greater level of vulnerability for my own body and this greater level of responsibility for our own body. Like, we created our body and we're infinite beings. So why would we create our body as a finite being? We wouldn't, except we buy the lie that we do. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, so I've done all this access, and I mean, someone who's done access for a long time looked at me and she said, you know, every time I see you, your body's different. Of course, the last person to see that is going to be me. Of course, funny how that works. So I just want to share with you that more is possible regarding the body. And when I first developed this class based out of my caring for the people in my body class, and also through some interaction with this wonderful host of mine, Kacie Crisp, who's going to be co-facilitating a bars class with me in the Netherlands in March. Through that development, we wanted to invite new people who might not have even done a 3-day body class, might not even, maybe they've done access, maybe they've done, maybe they've done bars, maybe they've done foundation, but they may not have as complete an awareness as possible. I don't have as complete an awareness as possible either, of what the access tools can do applied to the body. So that's really what we're going to dive into. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing that dive into how we really create our bodies, just, about, I'd say, a few steps ahead of you, but it's not even a few steps ahead of you. It's kind of like a baby step ahead of the class. Every week, I'm going to do extension preparation for where we go and what we do in this class. And it's really different. It's so far, even I haven't started the class, and it's been a completely different experience of being real, having the barriers down, being who I really am, and with people, and open to the change without any point of view. So I don't know if that interests you. I have no idea how to look on Facebook Live and see if anybody's there. I'm just doing this on Zoom, and Facebook does what it can do. So anyway, if being more real with you, if being more vulnerable with you, if really being willing to be honest enough with yourself to look at, okay, how really did I create my body? What stupid, asinine, bizarre points of view do I have that are creating my body? One of my hosts said, oh, well, people can get that this is really going to be deep, and that's sort of scaring people away. But actually the opposite should be true, because remember, it's the crazy mind that creates what's occurring for us. I mean, if we created our bodies from our logical minds, we all weigh 120 pounds and look like Twiggy and be fabulous and, the whole thing. So obviously that's not where it's coming from. It's our crazy mind. But remember, our crazy mind is crazy. It's really, really crazy. It's like when you work with somebody who has cancer and you say, what are you dying to get out of? Or what do you love about having cancer? This applies to any life-threatening disease. What are you dying to get out of? Especially cancer. But you ask, what do you love about this? And at first they'll say, oh, I don't love anything about this. The bird of cancer just did a shit on my head. They might say that. And those are the people who aren't going to be able to recover from cancer because they aren't willing to go to where they created. But if you keep asking the question, okay, what do you love about this? Okay, what else do you love about this? What else do you love about this? And then you come to the crazy, crazy, crazy answer. The thing is, it's not heavy at all. The thing that was heavy was all the stuff you put in front of it to keep you from seeing it. Once you see it and you can actually put that crazy mind thought into words, it's not heavy, it's actually funny because we're so fucking crazy. It's just really, really, really crazy how we have created our bodies, how we come here and we say we want to go ahead at 80 miles an hour, and then we have our brakes, our foot planted firmly on the brake, the other foot, and looking at what's going on with our body. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I live in Belize and the internet is not very reliable. What can I say? So anyway, if looking at the crazy mind, how you've actually created your body and what being vulnerable with your body and looking what's really created it appeals to you, then I'd love to invite you to join me on these calls. And they're introductory for people who don't even have any experience of access. So I'd like to invite you all. I priced them really reasonable for 6 90-minute calls. It's only 197 euros. So it's about 220 bucks. So I'd love to have you join me. I hope you will. And if you've got questions, you can find me on Facebook. You can email me. How does it get any better than that? And I've done my first live intro on Facebook via Zoom. And who knows what will happen as a result of that. As Dane says, we never know exactly how it's going to turn out. So what are the infinite possibilities, and how could this turn out better than we all ever expected or imagined? Thanks, guys.